Now to the Trump presidency, and today was a day focused on the Mueller investigation and the apparent questions the special counsel reportedly wants the president to answer. But it's an interview by the president's now former personal doctor that started to dominate the news cycle earlier. CBS 4's Eliott Rodriguez has it all from the control room. Eliott.
Well, Rick, it had been a while since we heard from President Trump's longtime doctor in New York. We're now hearing from him, and he's got quite a story to tell. We're also getting a sense of the questions Robert Mueller would like to ask the president if he ever gets the chance to question him. According to the NBC News report, the president's longtime doctor claims 3 men showed up at his office a year ago demanding all of Donald Trump's medical records. He said the men showed him a letter signed by White House Dr. Ronnie Jackson, who Trump wanted to head the VA.
What exactly were they looking for?
All his medical records, his pictures, anything they could find.
Bornstein said one of the men was Keith Schiller, the president's longtime bodyguard. The incident happened after Bornstein revealed Mr. Trump was taking Propecia, a medication used to regrow hair. He thinks the president didn't like that.
I couldn't believe anybody was making a big deal about a drug that's to grow his hair, which seemed to be so important.
As a standard operating procedure for a new president, the White House medical unit took possession of the president's medical records.
It was characterized as a raid. Is that your understanding of what happened? The doctors seemed to be pretty upset about it.
No, that is not my understanding.
Dr. Bornstein isn't the only one with questions. The New York Times reports special counsel Robert Mueller has 44 questions he'd like to ask the president. Some are about former FBI Director James Comey, like what did you think about Mr. Comey's intelligence briefing on January 6, 2017 about Russian election interference? Regarding the decision to fire Comey, when was it made, why, and who played a role? Mueller would also like to ask about former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, who's now cooperating with the investigation.
I asked for his resignation. He respectfully gave it.
Flynn was fired just 24 days into the Trump administration for lying about his contacts with the Russian ambassador. Mueller wants to know what the president knew about the calls, why he decided to fire Flynn, and what efforts were made to reach out to Flynn about a possible pardon. On Twitter, the president wrote, "It would seem very hard to obstruct justice for a crime that never happened, witch hunt." Mueller's team has previously told the Trump administration the president is not considered a target of the investigation. Well, today we also heard from Assistant Attorney General Rod Rosenstein. He was asked if a sitting president can be indicted. He said that Department of Justice policy is that a sitting president cannot be indicted. Rosenstein was speaking at an event honoring Law Day, which celebrates the rule of law in America.